defensive dog profile. But.
Almost. And I do like the defensive dog stuff. And, I'm not gonna be playing Ohio State, but I'm not going to play Washington now either because, the emotional surge that we've just seen at the odds-making windows, we're going to see that on the field in Pasadena. Ohio State, they're not going to lose this game. These players are going to be all out to send Meyer into the sunset with a good win. Whether they can win by a lot, I don't know.
I cashed a ticket with Washington last week in a game where not only did they not score an offensive touchdown, they didn't come close to scoring an offensive touchdown.
I had Utah. I got beat. Yeah. Well, the only touchdown of the game was a fluke pick six, which literally bounced off a Utah receiver.
Sure, that game was 3-3 the whole way.
Yep.
But the point is that I'm happy with the money that Washington won me in that game, and I do not intend. I'm not in any rush to get right back to the window with the Huskies.
How about some other ones?
Let's take a look at the Gator Bowl. Get some of these little lesser lights games, but decent matchups. This is the one that opened Texas A&M 4.5, and Derek said pretty quickly Monday took some sharp money on A&M, moved that line up to -5, and Aggies obviously coming off that ridiculous 7 overtime, 74-72 win against LSU.
Where LSU plus the points thankfully covered.
Never in doubt.
Not be here.
No sweating that one, huh?
I might be in jail had I lost that game. A couple others that have been moving. San Diego State is playing in the Frisco Bowl. They're playing Ohio University. Matchup of this, I believe, is the oldest coaching matchup on record in bowl games.
That makes sense.
With Rocky Long and Frank Solich, I think a combined age of about 135. So, two very veteran coaches here. There's been some money on the Aztecs showing up already, Patrick, despite the fact that they did not play well at all at the end of the regular season, losing each of their last 3 games, including an upset loss to UNLV.
Yeah, still open 3 at Superbook, but as you've pointed out, there's been some movement elsewhere, and among a handful of games that have seen some activity over the last couple of days. Early on, it's still got a week and a half to the first ones, but that doesn't. A lot of times, as you guys point out regularly, this is a chance to take advantage of numbers potentially early on.
Sure, and certainly when Solich. Yeah, his team coming on like a freight train down the stretch.
They played very well.
They the one loss to Miami by a deuce,
which they kind of blew.
They rallied from way behind in that game. Yeah, so they had a bad half. They had a bad, but other than that, the last 2 months that team's been money. And San Diego State's another team. I cashed a winner with them against Fresno. I thought the spread was right. I was lucky to cash that. That wasn't a right side either. I ain't giving the money back, but Rocky Long said 6 times that this is how young his team was, and I'm not really excited about that.
Well, this will be an interesting game because it's 2 teams that they're both teams that need to establish their ground games because that's how they win. San Diego State still stops the run, so we'll see what Ohio does. Nathan Rourke might have to take this one on his arm, and he can be a little inconsistent when that happens. What else do we have out there,
we got a few more that have seen some early sharp play, starting with one on the very first day of bowl season, December 15th, the New Mexico Bowl, North Texas, Utah State. They got at Superbook, they got some sharp money right away to take Utah 9.5 to 10 as a favorite, but now it's back down to 9, so there's certainly been some interest in buyback there.
Well, an interesting
on North Texas.
There's a really interesting thing going on in this game. This is weird, okay? This is why I like waiting on bowl games. I played a couple already, but I like to wait because strange stuff that you don't see in the regular season happens leading up to the bowl games. Now, Wells has already taken the Texas Tech job.
Yeah.
He's not coaching Utah State in this game. His 2 coordinators are going with him. He wants to take the whole offense with him. But here's where it gets weird. Normally, okay, fine. The coach is out of there. The players probably half expected it anyway because they knew he was going to be up for a big job coming out of there. But Wells has requested permission to be on the sidelines during the game, and his family will be in the stands. And I think I'm looking at this going, that's a real distraction. You're done there. Leave. And if Wells, I think that's part of the reason they were seeing some North Texas money because it's not based on the talent level of the 2 teams. Utah State's better. That's just weird. You have to leave. You can't be on the sidelines. That's just not a good idea.
at the same time, one of my favorite angles is betting against a team that was really, especially the smaller conference team that was really good all season, and then the coach says bye-bye, and everyone knows, hey, and it's back to the drawing board. We had it for a moment. You can even go back to Bowling Green after Urban Meyer left for the Utah job. And I can do the examples every year of these type of plays. So I think that certainly has something to do with it. When you're talking about a coach and his coordinators.
Now, the coordinators are sticking around for the game.
But, one eye on the game and one eye on the new job.
To me, just leave. Just you're gone. That's it. No, seriously.
Oh, I
don't. Once you've done your job, great performance. To me, it just creates a situation where there's this. It's tough enough for these teams to focus on a game that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't. It's an exhibition game. 3 weeks after the regular season ends, and now they've got this thing. It's like, just go, will you? You're not the coach anymore. I know he probably would love to keep both jobs, but he can't. And he took the Texas Tech job. And by the way, he didn't even wait around. Utah State was preparing an offer for him, and he didn't even wait around.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think that explains some of the line movement on North Texas.
Well, I'll throw a couple more out there that Derek Wilkinson and John Murray, both of the Superbook, I talked with about that got some sharp action. Louisiana Tech, Hawaii in the Hawaii Bowl, December 22nd. La Tech opens +2. Sees some sharp money now at +1. So
they're better than Hawaii, but.
It's in Hawaii.
Speaking of distractions.
Yeah, exactly. That's something that you want to do your reading on going in, because year in, year out, you could find some good stuff in the Hawaii Bowl the last 48 hours before kickoff. And teams that are distracted tend to get wiped out in this game.
Yeah.
Look at the serious history of Hawaii Bowls. You'll see more blowouts than competitive contests.
There have been some teams that have shown up clearly under the influence of Mai Tais.
And Hawaii closed out the season. You do think about that, rallying to beat UNLV and then going on the road and pulling the outright upset at San Diego State and having the bowl game in-house. They can chuck the football around.
They've completely overachieved this year. I thought Hawaii was going to be really bad, and they got 8 wins. I mean, they're not a good team. But they've won 8 games, so can't knock them.
Right, and then you got some more sharp action on Virginia Tech, Cincinnati. A little bit of sharp money on Va Tech. Took them from +6 to +5.5. One that I thought was interesting that Derek brought up. No movement in this game, but I'd be curious what you guys think about it. I think it's a good matchup for starters. Syracuse and West Virginia in the Camping World Bowl. Derek likes Syracuse.
112.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter how high the total is. You should bet it over.
Bet it over. Derek likes Syracuse outright in this game as a touchdown underdog.
I wouldn't be surprised. I think Babers has a good chance to get them better prepared than Holgerson. That's I'm not sure this is where West Virginia wanted to be.
Right, this is a bit of a letdown spot for them, which is always an interesting angle in bowl season.
Well, it's if a team doesn't care and they're playing an opponent that does, it shows up very early. I want no part of West Virginia in this game.
One thing to, by the way, keep an eye on, and I'm not suggesting it's going to happen, but I have a feeling that between now and the days these games are played, we know a lot of position players are already saying, no thanks, can't play, we get the NFL draft coming up.
Greer?
Some quarterback, and I don't know who it's going to be. It's just a gut feeling. One of these quarterbacks is going to say, I'm not going to play.
Yeah, thanks, team.
Could be Herbert. Could be Greer. Could be somebody else. And maybe it doesn't happen at all, but it's going to happen sooner or later, where a potential first-round quarterback draft choice is going to say, I can't risk this. And I just have a funny feeling. It's just a gut feeling. I have no information on this whatsoever. I have a gut feeling somebody's going to do it this year.
Dun, dun, dun.
Who will it be?
But I honestly, I think that would be a move that would cause you to your draft stock to drop, because it shows that you're not a leader. And one of the things that, they don't care if your linebacker's a leader. They don't care if your offensive lineman's a leader. They care if your quarterback, especially when we talk about a franchise quarterback. And a franchise quarterback says, yeah, I'm going to sit out a bowl game to, not because I'm hurt, but because I want to protect my draft status. I don't think that would go over well with his teammates, and I think that would carry over to NFL GMs.
Okay. What if he's got kind of a little nagging injury already?
Well, then it's a whole different story.
That's why Herbert, and there's been, again, it's like not information, but there's been some speculation because Herbert was banged up in the second half of the season.
Sure was.
Yeah, you're putting him out there against a team that can tackle. And I don't know.
Might not help his draft stock. I mean, that's a game that might not help. It might hurt his draft stock.
Yeah, it actually could.
You talk about the Sparty defense. Teams don't look better after playing Michigan State
they
defense
don't.
with extra time to prepare.
Nope, and that team can go out there and hit. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We have saved the two games that matter the most in terms of the line movement and obviously the results. We'll get to the college football playoff games next.
The Las Vegas Sportsline.
Back, leg, and neck pain can drive you nuts, right? It does for me, and it can affect you every day. It can make you feel freaking grumpy and hard to get through that workday. Well, I found some relief for you, the Cofield & Company listener. Get into the Good Feet store ASAP. It's not going to cost you anything to go. You try on the product and see how it feels. The experts at Good Feet will get to know you just like they did for me because they want to understand what your work environment is like, your favorite recreational activities. Why? Well, it's important to properly match you to the appropriate arch support. When I was there, they had me walk around, try the different styles. They even tell you to leave, take the arch supports for a test walk. The experts at the Good Feet store are there to help you, not simply sell something, and they want to try to give you the long-term solution that you've been looking for. Hit the Good Feet store any day, 7 days a week. That personalized fitting is free. There's a Good Feet store at 26 West Sahara and 4150 Blue Diamond, just west of the Silverton. Get into the Good Feet store today and get $100 of Good Feet's patented 3-step system.
BestSteakDeal.com. That's the web handle for Jackson's Bar and Grill. You want a great steak at an affordable price? Then Flamingo and Jones is the spot.
There's Prime Rib Mondays, $15.99 for a 1-pound prime rib, baked potato, veggies, and all the fixins.
Thursdays, it's Surf and Surf time. A grilled lobster tail and marinated skewered shrimp for just $20.
And the ribeye special is good 7 days a week. $14 for the 10-ounce ribeye, $16 for the 1-pound ribeye.
It's Jackson's, 6020 West Flamingo.
Fall is a great time to remodel your pool. If your pool plaster and tile is a little tired, call B&D Plastering today for your immediate bid from our experienced estimators. Call B&D Pool Plastering, 702-644-8980.
I got my brand new Shinola watch at MJ Christensen. Absolutely love it.
Shinola is an incredible American story. It talks about what happens when industry comes back to America. This visionary hired 70-some-odd people off of welfare. One person that was making minimum wage for 4 years is now the spokesperson for the company. Go on their website, Shinola Watches, and who's the distributor here? Only MJ Christensen Diamonds.
MJ Christensen, located at Boca Park.
At Ulta Beauty, the holidays are all about giving the gift of glam. So get ready to knock the stockings off everyone on your list with this season's most show-stopping must-haves, like the new Sweet Escape Collector set from Tarte with gorgeous shimmery shades for hard-to-shop-for daughters, luscious lip kits from brands like Too Faced, Morphe, and Anastasia for ultra-picky besties, and volume-boosting dry bar gift sets for moms who really shine. Get ready to gift, get ready to glam, get ready to shine brighter. Only at Ulta Beauty. The possibilities are beautiful.
Today, we're talking to Glenn Lerner from Glenn Lerner Injury Attorneys. Glenn, I saw in one of your commercials that injured people who have an attorney get more than 3 times the amount of money than people who don't have an attorney. Is that true?
Yes. The Insurance Research Council did the study, and it proves insurance companies are not looking out for your best interests. At Glenn Lerner Injury Attorneys, we fight to get you every dollar you deserve.
Glenn Lerner is the way to go. Call 877-1500.
Policies issued by American General Life Insurance Company, Houston, Texas. Not available in all states. For details, visit AIGdirect.com.
It takes a lot of courage to face your own death, but I'm glad I finally did. See, I was putting off getting life insurance to protect my family, even though I knew it was important. Then my neighbor's husband died. I watched her struggle emotionally and financially. It really made me face reality. If my husband died, how would I pay the mortgage, the car payments, or keep up the life the kids and I had? I realized I needed to get us life insurance right away. So I called AIG Direct. In less than 5 minutes, I had a quote. I was shocked at how affordable it is. Just $14 a month for $250,000 of term life coverage. I feel so much better knowing my family has protection.
Call AIG Direct right now for a free no-obligation quote. The call takes less than 5 minutes, and you can save up to 70%. Call now, 1-800-900-1904. That's 1-800-900-1904. 1-800-900-1904.
Okay, here's the deal. You're a freelancer, a hired hand, a self-made, self-owned business of one. Whether you're a contractor, creative director, or consultant, you're the boss.